The vertical and horizontal log splitters are designed for tough applications in both vertical and horizontal positions. The attractive powder-coated finish provides the finest protection available, and our rigid quality control and component testing help ensure years of productive, reliable service. Since 1982, our brand name has stood for quality and reliability when it comes to log splitters and wood processing products. A log splitter is a wonderful tool designed to save you time. Before operating the machine, you must follow these simple safety rules in order to use your log splitter safely. Always read and understand all safety instructions included in the product manual. Do not attempt to operate or maintain our product without fully understanding all the instructions and safety precautions. The sales and service representatives at our main headquarters are available if you have questions about these precautions. If you do not have a manual that includes safety and operating instructions, they are available for download from our website 24/7. Remember, accidents can often be avoided by being alert and recognizing potentially hazardous situations. Read and follow the engine manufacturer's operating and maintenance instruction manual. Always wear protective gear, such as safety goggles, tight-fitting gloves without drawstrings or loose cuffs, steel-toed shoes, and a protective hearing device. Make sure all decals are attached to the log splitter and are legible at all times. Practice worksite safety. To avoid tripping, do not leave tools, logs, or other components laying around in the work area. Never operate your log splitter on slippery, wet, muddy, or icy surfaces. The location you choose should be flat, dry, and free from any tall grass, brush, or other interferences. Never operate the engine in an enclosed area. Exhaust fumes contain carbon monoxide, which can be deadly when inhaled. Make sure the area is well ventilated. Never attempt to move your log splitter over hilly or uneven terrain without a tow vehicle. Never use your log splitter at night. Always operate your log splitter on dry, solid, level ground. Always block the wheels to prevent movement of the machine while in operation. Practice operating safety. Allow only one person to load and operate the log splitter. Allow only adults to operate the log splitter, no one under the age of 18. And always keep bystanders, including children and pets, at least 25 feet away from the work area. Only the operator should stand near the equipment. Never place hands or feet between log and splitting wedge or between log and ram during the forward or reverse stroke. Always place the log on the log splitter by grasping it by the sides. Do not operate the log splitter by reaching across the rail. This is a very unsafe method, which could cause personal injury or even death. Never reach across the rail to pick up split wood. This is also very unsafe. When operating your log splitter, make sure you stand clear of the engine's exhaust. Hot exhaust is intense and can cause serious injury. To properly operate the log splitter, position your log splitter on flat, solid ground and start the engine using instructions from the engine manual. Place the log on the log splitter by grasping it by the sides. Remember that all logs should be 24 inches long or shorter. Do not try to wedge a longer log between the wedge and base plate. Do not place your hands on the ends of the log. Never attempt to split wood across the grain. The log splitter was not designed for cross-grain splitting. Doing so will damage the log splitter and may cause personal injury. Using only your hand, push the control lever forward towards the base plate. If the log moves before it is contacted by the splitting wedge, release the control lever to stop the wedge. Then reposition the log and continue splitting. Hold the control lever to extend the splitting wedge until the log is split or the cylinder rod stops at its maximum travel position. Stop the forward movement at any point if you feel an unsafe condition is occurring. Do not reach forward and attempt to catch the split wood. Let it fall to the ground. Once the wedge reaches its full forward travel or the log is split, pull back fully on the control lever to retract the cylinder. It is not necessary to hold the control lever. The cylinder rod will automatically retract. When the cylinder is fully retracted, the control valve will automatically shift to a neutral position. Do not load another log or remove split pieces until the control handle returns to neutral. To properly operate the log splitter in the vertical position, first make sure the engine is off. Position the log splitter on flat, solid ground Pull the spring-loaded latch to release the rail, then lift the rail to the vertical position. Lock the rail in place with the vertical lock latch and start the engine using instructions from the engine manual. Move the log onto the base plate under the splitting wedge, keeping your hands on the side of the log near the middle. Center the log up against the rail and make sure a flat end is sitting on the base plate. Do not place your hand on top of the log when loading the log or while the log splitter is running. If you must steady the log against the rail while splitting, hold it by the side in the middle of the log. Using only your hand, push down on the control lever towards the base plate. If the log moves before it is contacted by the splitting wedge, release the control lever to stop the wedge. Then reposition the log and continue splitting. Hold the control lever down to extend the splitting wedge until the log is split or the cylinder rod stops at the maximum travel position. Stop the forward movement at any time if you feel an unsafe condition is occurring. Do not reach forward and attempt to grab the split wood. Once the wedge reaches its full forward travel or the log is split, push up fully on the control lever to retract the cylinder. It is not necessary to hold the control lever. The cylinder rod will automatically retract, and when the cylinder is fully retracted, the control valve will automatically shift to a neutral position. Always disconnect the spark plug wire when the log splitter is not in operation. For safe towing of your log splitter, never tow your log splitter when there is fuel in the engine's tank. Always be sure to lock the log splitter in the horizontal position before towing. Position the hitch on your log splitter near the tow ball on the vehicle and pull the latch assembly upward to the open position. Lift the tongue and move the support leg to the toe or highest position by removing the snap lock pivot pin and inverting the leg. Position the hitch onto the tow ball of your vehicle and push down on the latch. Pull up on the tongue arm to make sure the hitch is secure. Place a customer-supplied lock pin into the latch assembly. Attach the towing safety chains to the tow vehicle. Check to make certain your log splitter is correctly and securely attached to the towing vehicle. Be sure that the ball hitch you are using is the proper size for the hitch coupler on the log splitter and the safety chains are properly hooked to the vehicle, leaving enough slack for turning. Always disconnect your log splitter from your towing vehicle before attempting to use it. Your log splitter is built on a solid, unsuspended axle. To prevent damage or possible loss of vehicle control, use extreme caution when towing and do not exceed a vehicle speed of 35 miles per hour, especially when driving on a bumpy road. Always obey all state and local regulations when towing on state and local roads. Only refuel the log splitter outdoors in a clear area void of gas fumes or spilled gasoline. Always use an approved fuel container to carry gasoline. Always replace the log splitter gas cap and the fuel container cap securely. Do not smoke or have open flames when refueling the engine. Do not fill the gas tank when the engine is hot or running. Allow time for the engine to cool down before refueling. Do not remove the cap from the hydraulic tank or reservoir while the log splitter is running. Hot oil under pressure could be expelled, resulting in serious injury. Do not check for leaks with your hand. Leaks can be located by passing a piece of cardboard or wood around the suspected leak and looking for discoloration. High-pressure fluid escaping from a very small hole can be almost invisible. Escaping fluid under pressure can have sufficient force to penetrate skin. If fluid is injected into your skin, it must be treated immediately by a doctor familiar with this type of injury. By following these simple steps to safe operation of one of our log splitters, you'll enjoy years of superior performance.